Welcome to Silicon Valley Nonprofits, a service of KMVT Community Media. I'm Bev Lenahan, your host, and our guest for today is Ann East from SCORE Silicon Valley. Ann, welcome. It's nice to have you here today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, I am so interested in hearing more about SCORE and the work that they do with nonprofits. Tell me a little bit about SCORE Silicon Valley.
Well, SCORE Silicon Valley is a group of volunteer, mostly past executives, who are volunteering their time to counsel, consult with those who are starting a new business, have been in business for a while, and also nonprofits.
Ah, very good. So it was just about a year ago when I realized that SCORE Silicon Valley actually offered services for nonprofits. That was a new service to me. I had known about them in the past, but not their nonprofit service. So tell me how that program works and what kinds of success you're having.
Well, you can call and sign up to do our seminars. We have quite a few, from grant writing to fund development to strategic planning. Mostly what you can do is call and request a counselor who will help you. We have maybe roughly 20-25 counselors who specialize in nonprofit work.
So that's those would be one-on-ones, and then
Yes.
there's also the seminars and the workshops.
Right, we have seminars and we have workshops, and we also do some webinars as well.
Ah,
And this year we've partnered with the Association of Fundraising Professionals
Very
in
good.
Silicon Valley, so many of our presenters are very experienced fundraisers, fund developers, strategic planners.
sounds like a good collaboration to get those folks who have the expertise working with the desire to help the community build a strong business and strong nonprofits.
Yes, it is.
It's a win-win.
Yes, it
sounds
is,
like.
certainly.
Well, give me an example of some of your recent folks who have gone through and benefited from the nonprofit work.
Well, one of our success stories is Shelley Wolf, who is the executive director of KMVT15. So she
good.
came in and needed some help. To just kind of help grow the organization. So she met with one of our consultants, counselors, on some one-on-one, and then that counselor brought in some other people as well to help her grow and set some goals and really make some changes here.
Well, I think it takes a village, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Being able to identify that expertise and knowing how to really tailor something that's going to fit the needs of whoever it is.
Yes.
And I'm sure KMVT is going to benefit from all of that.
I think so. And then we also have some of our counselors who will come in and also take some classes and work one-on-one with a nonprofit to learn more so they can step in if need be or help one of their boards that they sit on in the community.
Ah, so they might be outbound too and actually go into that nonprofit and be able to help as a board member or a volunteer of some other kind.
That's true. And we have a new program where we will go in and work with the board. I actually am working with one group in transitioning. Their founder is retiring, and so they're looking for a new executive director, I'd say for the first time in about maybe 20 years or so. So I'm working with them and their board on what that means and putting together a job description and those type of things. So it's really very varied on what we may be able to offer.
Succession planning. I'm recalling a nonprofit that really didn't even know how to get started. They weren't yet a 501c3, and they just didn't even know the first steps. And I know they received some support from your organization and then also from AFP as well. So SCORE Silicon Valley has been able to step up and, give people a good operating plan, how to move forward.
Right, and it's non-judgmental, and we ask questions to help guide them through, and they make their decisions and go forward. So it's really very nice.
Well, for so many who are looking at retirement not as a way to just go and sit down and do nothing or play golf, there are so many of us who really want to give back to the community, and these are great ways to be able to do that.
I think so, and it's fun. You meet a vast group of people. Some of them sometimes remind you of your father, but but it's fun, and learning and meeting people with their passion to do their project is just really means a lot. And I learned new things. I was researching for a client and discovered that as a veteran, in California, you don't pay for your car registration.
Oh my,
and
who would have known?
I know, I didn't know that. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go home and make sure that we take care of that. So it's fun.
That is one of the benefits of volunteering that I've seen. You really do learn from one another, and you get energized through all of that as well.
You do.
And certainly the passion that most nonprofits start with and hopefully sustain is it rubs off, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, it's very true.
Yes.
For sure. Well, tell me, how's the program financed? Because I know the executives probably aren't paid, but how does that work?
Well, the SCORE receives a small stipend from the Small Business Administration out of Washington.
SBA?
SBA. Very little, doesn't cover a whole lot. So we do charge a very small fee for the seminars and workshops. Both on the nonprofit side, they're all range in the $10. If you are coming in for another seminar on how to be a consultant or HR issues, those type of things, those run about $45.
But they're what, all day or half day?
They're half days. Usually they run 8:30 to noon. There's a QuickBook one that is a little more expensive, and that runs 2 weekends in a row. But generally they're very, if you look at the fees that you would be charged elsewhere, they're very reasonable.
They certainly sound like it. You said $10. That's amazing.
Yes, it is.
And certainly affordable.
Right, and you can come as many times as you want for one-on-one counseling.
How does that work? Is that a separate fee then?
There is no fee for the counseling. That's all free. You just call and make an appointment, and you can meet the counselor in the office, at your place of business. We do some Chamber of Commerce around the area, and at hotel, wherever is convenient for the two of you to meet.
Oh, so that's helpful too, I think, with as busy as everyone is.
Yes.
Where is SCORE Silicon Valley located? I'm not sure.
We're on Gish Road in San Jose.
Okay.
So not too far off the 101.
They've got classrooms there?
We have a classroom there. We also have a boardroom. And then we have little counseling rooms.
Sounds like a perfect setup.
Yes, and we also, I'm sorry, we also have a Lundy library that you can come in. You need to spend the day using the books. Unfortunately, we don't let you take them with you. But we have some quiet space set up so you can come in and read. And we have books on everything.
Sounds like a great way to get going, that's for sure.
Yes.
Well, how did SCORE Silicon Valley recognize that there was a need to sort of step into this nonprofit arena? I know they've been working with business to business for a long, long time.
Right. I believe that they began receiving phone calls from nonprofits asking if they presented anything. And then the city of San Jose came and again asked if they also took care and presented seminars to nonprofits.
Oh, very good. So it was out of a need, obviously.
Yes.
And I'm sure there have been many transition from the for-profit world into nonprofit, and they already knew about the SBA and what might happen.
Yes.
So so tell us, how do people get a hold of SCORE Silicon Valley if they'd like to be a part?
Well, you can go to the website, which is svscore.org, And from there, you can sign up and find out the classes that we take, both for-profit and nonprofit. You sign up online and show up and have a great time.
Oh, that's good. And I would imagine there's flexibility, so the more people who sign up, they've got volunteers in the community able to fill those needs, right?
Yes, yes, there are.
That's good. So they've got the experts on one side and those who have the need, and it sounds like a perfect match. So whether you're a small business or a nonprofit starting out, SCORE Silicon Valley's got something for both.
That's correct.
Well,
Yes,
good.
and please join us.
Be very, very happy to do so, and I'm sure other people will get that message too.
Good.
Thank you, Ann, so much for being with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Good fortune.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.